Brandon Garden, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Here's Newton. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He got 18 yards out of that one.
Let's rock now.
Newton on first down. Forced out to his left. He'll air it out deep for... Oh, wide open. Complete. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Ian Thomas, 57 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was, because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, boom, boom.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be taken short. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they'll have it just 5 yards away from pay dirt here, first and goal.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score.
For the kickoff fumble, now great field position. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got it first and goal at the 6. Throwing is Newton. And that's going to be caught by Funchess for a Carolina touchdown. Cam Newton now with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover, because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slam.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Gano the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Gano out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Ryan Smith. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston. Winston and the Bucs take over now, first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Julius Peppers in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now Jameis on second down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He's going to go deep. He's got a man complete. And they finally get him down at the other 46.
From the pocket, because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now Newton. Flush to his right. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. And now running right through it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On 1st and 10, Newton dancing to his left. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Here's Newton now on second down. Flushed out right. Able to get away. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he works free. And down inside the 15 he goes. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Buying time to his left. Runs through the contact. They'll try the air now with Newton. Being chased, and he will score! Touchdown, Panthers! Cam Newton on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers add on to their lead. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
Tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 21-0. Gano out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. But you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get, because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it. Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Mario Addison.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain. What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And now running right through him. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football?
Gano now to add the extra point. Gano the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Well, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. If you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Now a second down throw for Winston. And his throw here is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But things don't improve fast then. I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Gano for the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And the route is on here in this first half. But then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. If second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take out all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. To throw is Winston. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains. Working out of the gun, Winston. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Again, it's Winston. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a pickup of only a yard as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 75 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Newton. And it's going to be caught by Funchess for a Carolina touchdown. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Panthers have got it on cruise control. Gano now to add the extra point. Gano the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Gano out to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up mid will take it down. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first down throw for Winston. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Panthers. Olsen. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket and wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
With some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Extra point try, good by Gano. And that will extend this big lead. Gano out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Are we really in the second half here? And this is the first time we've seen Jameis Winston connect with Mike Evans.
Yeah, you know that they missed that in the first half. Up until this point, they've really missed it, haven't they?
I think that's a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now.
Hey, we got three down.
Second down, Winston. No, he almost had it. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame. And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And a first carry here for Charles Sims. Down to about the 22 here.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Ready. Black 22.
On 3rd down, Winston. Throw left side complete. That's Howard. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That they kicked the field goal, I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Panthers just continue to pour it on. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Gano for the extra point. Gano the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Ready. White 25.
On play action, Winston. His throw incomplete.
Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Play action now, Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rashawn Golden. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Gets past one man. Finding room to the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton, 33 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Panthers offense cashes in with 6. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Gano now to add the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And that will extend this big lead. Gano out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
Gun.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Gun. 20. Set.
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Set. 180.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers have got it on cruise control. I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This
But
one of our
she's
guys.
singing too.
No, she's at
She's
least
on like the 5th tune at
Yeah,
this point.
she left Scales way behind, but he's just saying something about turning out the lights.
Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Panthers have recovered.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth
Yeah, you'd
quarter.
say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. The starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. You won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch.
They've got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And that one results in 35 yards. Jameis now on first down. And it's incomplete. To be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Jameis to throw it. Looking sideline, incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
He's going to rifle it. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Newton. He's going to fire one deep over. And this is caught. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.